In the hushed corridors of the Prince's Palace of Monaco, a silent revolution has just shaken up the private world of Charlene and Albert of Monaco. What we reveal today will completely change your perception of this royal family, watched by the entire world with fascination. Behind the centuries-old walls of this legendary residence, a well-kept secret has finally come to light, and the implications of this transformation are beyond anything you can imagine. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any revelations about the royal families. Click the notification bell, share this video with your loved ones, and tell us in the comments what you think of this spectacular transformation, which is already causing a stir in the principality's social circles. At the heart of this metamorphosis lies a project that reveals a completely new dimension of the personalities of our Monegasque sovereigns. Far from the pomp of protocol and official ceremonies, Charlene and Albert decided to create a true natural sanctuary within their private residence. This initiative, which might seem innocuous at first glance, actually conceals a profound reflection on the balance between public life and family privacy, between monarchical tradition and personal aspirations. The first accounts reaching us from sources close to the palace describe a radical transformation of an entire wing of the princely residence. Where once antique tapestries and period furniture reigned, a strikingly beautiful plant ecosystem now flourishes. This metamorphosis is not a mere decorative whim, but is part of a deeply considered approach rooted in the personal history of each of the princely spouses. Charlene of Monaco, whose background as a high-level athlete and South African origins have always fostered a special connection with nature, is said to have been the main instigator of this revolutionary project. Her childhood spent in the vast African open spaces and her career as a professional swimmer have forged in her a particular sensitivity to the natural elements. This woman, often described as discreet and reserved, reveals through this initiative a side of her personality that the general public is discovering with surprise. The scope of this transformation goes far beyond what one might describe as simple landscaping. We are talking here about a true architectural revolution that required the intervention of Europe's leading specialists in biophilic design. These experts, usually called upon by large luxury hotel groups and the most exclusive private residences, had to adapt their expertise to the specific constraints of a royal palace where each modification must respect a priceless historical heritage. The technical challenges of this project border on architectural feat. Integrating living natural elements into a century-old building, ensuring the necessary air and light circulation for the vegetation while preserving the structural integrity of the palace, and managing humidity and temperature issues in spaces housing priceless works of art. These are all issues that the technical teams had to resolve with remarkable ingenuity. Prince Albert II, renowned for his environmental commitment and ecological awareness, was not a mere spectator of this transformation. His involvement in global climate issues and his foundation dedicated to environmental protection find a concrete and personal expression here. This project is perfectly in line with his public actions, creating a striking harmony between his political convictions and his private life choices. The first images emerging from this transformation reveal a space of breathtaking sophistication. We discover hanging gardens of remarkable technical complexity, automated irrigation systems, worthy of the greatest botanical gardens, and, above all, a plant selection that demonstrates in-depth aesthetic research. Each species was chosen not only for its ornamental qualities, but also for its symbolism and its ability to thrive in the palace's unique environment. This approach is also part of a broader trend affecting all European royal residences. From Buckingham Palace to Scandinavian castles, we are witnessing a quiet revolution that is seeing royal families rethink their relationship with their private spaces and nature. This evolution reflects a general awareness of the importance of well-being and connection with the natural environment, even in the most formal and traditional settings. The impact of this transformation on the daily life of the royal family appears considerable. Reports report that the twins Jacques and Gabriella, heirs to the Monegasque crown, immediately adopted these new spaces as their favorite playgrounds. This familial dimension of the project takes on particular resonance when one considers the attention Charlene pays to her children's education and her desire to provide them with as normal a childhood as possible despite their princely status. The protocol implications of this transformation are not insignificant. Official receptions and private audiences, traditionally held in certain rooms of the palace, will now have to accommodate these new arrangements. This development could mark the beginning of a new Monegasque protocol style, more relaxed and more in tune with contemporary concerns. The financial aspect of this project also raises legitimate questions. Although budgetary details remain confidential, experts believe that this type of transformation represents a considerable investment. This expenditure, paid for from the royal family's private funds, demonstrates the importance this project holds for Charlene and Albert. It also reveals their ability to reconcile financial responsibility with personal fulfillment. The reaction of the Monegasques to this revelation is particularly interesting. Far from the criticism one might have feared, the population seems to approve of this initiative, which humanizes their sovereigns and brings them closer to concerns shared by many families. This popular acceptance constitutes a true plebiscite for a royal family that has managed to remain close to its subjects despite the pomp and circumstance of power. The impact of this transformation on Monaco's international image could prove significant. The principality, already renowned for its exceptional living environment and environmental commitment, gains an additional dimension with this initiative, strengthening its appeal. The tourism and economic benefits of this showcase of the royal heritage could contribute to Monaco's international reputation. This revelation also leads us to reconsider our perception of Charlene of Monaco. Often presented as a discreet, even reticent figure, this project reveals her determined and visionary personality. Her ability to successfully carry out a transformation of this magnitude demonstrates a character far more assertive than her usual public appearances would suggest. The future of this project is already generating much speculation. Royal gardening experts are discussing the possibility of future extensions, occasional openings to the public, or even educational initiatives aimed at young Monegasques. These prospects open up exciting horizons for the evolving relationship between the royal family and its subjects. But does this transformation truly reveal the whole truth about the profound changes currently taking place in the private lives of the royal couple, or does it only constitute the visible part of a much more significant revolution currently taking place in the private apartments of the Palace of Monaco?